Early December is a perfect time to declutter for Christmas, and my 7-pile process will tackle it, leaving you surrounded by things that you love. Whenever I feel the need to declutter, I want to get stuck in and do it all at once, and it's normally everywhere that I want to declutter. Then I have the bit between my teeth, try doing it all together at the same time, and then of course I feel overwhelmed. Our emotions and the way we live are very closely linked in a positive or negative way. One of the most common ways of stopping ourselves achieving something we really want is to make our space and time so disorganized that we don't create that thing in our lives that we want. So the first thing I do is make a plan, and most importantly, break it down into bite-sized chunks, and also some sort of schedule for each area that needs to be dealt with. And because I like lists, I find it helps me cope with everything that I have to do. When I can cross a completed task off my list, I do a little victory dance. Making a plan and a list also keeps me from getting distracted or actively looking for displacement activity. Oh, and I'm very good at this, believe me. If your clutter has been building up over years, the best thing to do is prioritize. Prioritize everything in your day or week or month, depending on how you organize your decluttering schedule and how much you need to do. If there's more than one place in the house that needs decluttering, I find it easier to settle into one room at a time. And when I do each room, I make piles to help me. These are the piles of the 7-pile process. I love it pile. Is it beautiful pile? Is it useful pile? I haven't used it or worn it for over a year pile. I use it or wear it now pile. Charity shop pile. A maybe pile. When dealing with these piles, remember that clutter isn't anything that you don't feel good about or that stops you using your space in a way that either empowers you or nurtures you. So what do all these piles mean? I love it pile. The trap here is to think that everything we buy has sentimental value, is life enhancing, and is associated with positive emotion. Our houses would explode if we kept everything. So we need to remember that lots of these valuable and sentimental items have gathered dust for enough time, and now a decision needs to be made to let them go. Memories are kept in the heart and mind. You can't replace a person with a thing. But if you really aren't ready to let an item go, then don't. You don't have to. However, there is a limit of how many things you keep that you love. So, have courage, be brave, hold the memories in your heart and let go. Then there's the beautiful pile. What is beautiful? Does this mean you want it as a forever item? If the answer is no, then it means that it's not as beautiful as you might have thought. Our belongings are meant to enrich our lives, but we seem to become slaves to our possessions instead of being in control of what we keep and what we let go of. We spend a lot of time, money, and energy owning items. So when we have had enough of loving, storing, cleaning, and repairing our things and are no longer used or appreciated, then it's time to be brave and let these loved items go on to be loved by someone else. And now onto the it's useful pile. Are you actually using it? Or is it that you're keeping it for in case I need it? That means it can't be described as being useful. We so often think something may be useful, and it's one of the main reasons we hang on to clutter. And the main thing is that item has been kept in case for many years. So the present moment is a good time to recognize that it's not been useful for far too long and to let it go, to let it have another lovely life somewhere else. And on to the I haven't used it or worn it for over a year pile. If we're talking about wardrobes, perhaps the questions to be asked is, does it fit? Does it suit me? Does it make me feel good? All too often I think, I'll keep an item of clothing for a while in the hopes that it will still fit next season, or maybe I will like it better next season. That's never happened. So I've learnt the lesson now, and I do let it go so I don't take up unnecessary space. If there are a few items that are going, that's exciting because it makes space. A space just to enjoy, or maybe a space to be replaced with only one item that brings joy. I use it or wear this now pile. This pile is a no-brainer. These items are in use and are clothes that are worn now, but perhaps there's one question to be asked. Does this garment or thing reveal to the world who I am? And am I happy with this? I think it's powerful to have fewer items that make me feel nurtured and brings me joy. So even this pile might be a little less than before. A maybe pile. This pile might feel like a lifesaver because it means you don't have to make a decision immediately or get rid of anything. It can be a relief not to have to make yet another decision. So boxes pile up. And then if you haven't gone looking for anything in this box for a season, then it can go straight to the charity shop. And that's the only decision you have to make then, to take it to the charity shop. The last pile is the charity shop pile. This is such a therapeutic pile because decisions have been made. There is space where there was none before, and that feels really good. And those items are going on to give someone else pleasure. So just a reminder, don't try and do it all at once. It's easy to have unrealistic ideas of how quickly cluttering can be done. One step at a time is good. It's a good motto to follow. Something else to help future declutter issues is to avoid shopping in the same way that got you into the mess in the first place. Shop more intentionally and ask, do I really need this? Will this improve the quality of my life? Or is it just going to create more clutter? It's easy to get caught up in the notion that our happiness will increase as we collect more, when actually we are happier when we have less stuff to worry about and to keep organized. A huge upside of decluttering is when it's all done, apart from the things that are useful, you are now surrounded by things that you love and are nurtured by.